Okay, here is the interior door panel from your Airstream. The issue that we're having is that this pin, which has got a knurled cap on one side and then a straight cap on the other side, it's vibrating loose. If your door is, if the hinge is on your right side when you're outside the trailer, the interior plate will be on like this. If the hinge is on your left side, which is some larger Airstream models, then the loose end of the pin is up here and the knurled end is here. And when driving, this vibrating, and just the general vibrating of the trailer, that pin just drops out the bottom. And then up inside here, which I hope I can get you to see, there is a spring that's in here, and that spring is latched on the back here. There is a pin punch in the kit that you're going to use on the non-knurled end to knock that out. So you're going to take this, and on the end that protrudes, it's got the smooth end, you're going to put that here, hit it with a hammer, and that pin's just going to slide out. So once you take that pin out, you've got this plate, okay, and you've got this handle, okay, which fits here, and then you've got this spring. And the piece that we've designed is a pin that's going to sit in between these two posts here. And these are custom made to fit in here, the proper size, and give support to that. So I'm going to put that here. You're going to take your install tool, which is meant to fit your handle. You're going to put it in here, and then you're going to put your spring in this orientation with the long leg sticking out into this long leg channel here. And that's going to go in, and it's going to take a little pressure to get it to push in. Now, this will help this stay together, but if you pull, it's going to come apart. So you're going to take this assembly, and you're going to orient it onto the door and slide it over these posts around that, and that'll give you the alignment you need. And then you're always going to insert the new pin from below this. So the opposite side of your lock unlock, you're going to put the pin in, you're going to work it through the spring, you're going to work it up to the top, and then you might have to jiggle it just a little bit to get it to align, and then you're going to see the threads are in that hole. And first we're going to dry fit everything. So you're going to put this fastener in the hole, you're going to get your little Allen wrench, and to start with, you should be able to get it started with just one wrench, holding your thumb on this bottom half so it doesn't turn. And then once that's in a few turns, that's far enough to test the door. So you're going to just push this back by releasing those little tabs on the side, and that's going to shoot off. And then the first test is, if I go like this, does everything seem to work? And then you want to look through the hole down here and make sure that the spring is pointing that way underneath this slat. Now, once everything is put together, you're going to use this hook tool to go and grab the end of the spring under here. And this is probably the most difficult part of this whole thing. You're going to go under here, you're going to grab the tip of the spring here, and then continue to pull it back to the right until it snaps in. And then you're going to test to make sure that this is working. I would test fit this on your door. Make sure that everything is working. Make sure the lever is hitting in the right position. You can open and close your door. And then you can leave this installed on your door for this next step, which is using the Loctite to secure this top screw so it can't loosen. If you don't do this, you may end up with the same problem of over time this vibrating loose. What I typically like to do is I take a Post-it note, I take my thread locker and shake it up. Yours is going to be in this little tube here. You just break that tip off, and this is basically a one-time use, just a small amount in here. Once it's open, you're going to make a little pool like that. It comes out fast, and you don't really need all that much. Let me take this off here. Should be able to get this out by hand. Okay, you're going to leave the shaft in place. You're going to take this paintbrush and you're going to get it a little wet, and then you're going to sort of spread out some so you know that the paintbrush isn't too wet. And you want to get, you know, thread locker into the threads, but you don't want this to be super goopy. Like, you just want a light coating in here. And then you can put that down, and if you get it on your hands, you just wipe it off with a towel. And then without letting this pin fall out, you're gonna put just the tiniest bit, just a little, like I've got just a little dollop on here, into the threads there, and that's it. So you don't need much of this in there. Then you put the screw in, and then you would use both Allen wrenches on either side to tighten it. And you're all set. You should be good to go, and your door shouldn't fall apart anymore.